This is your second 6 weeks test. Make sure you take your time. Don't forget that you can pause between questions and you can rewind to listen to a question at any time. So we'll start with number 1. The cost to rent a lodge for a reunion is $975. If 65 people attend and pay the same price, how much does each person pay? The cost to rent a lodge for a reunion is $975. If 65 people attend and pay the same price, how much does each person pay? Don't forget to use your answer choices to help you. Pause. Number 2. Which of the following equations is represented by the model? Now, make sure you look to see what 1 whole is equal to, and then look at your answer choices and pick the one that best represents that area model. Pause. Number 3. Leticia wants to buy 1 dozen bagels. How much will this cost? She wants to buy a dozen bagels. How much will it cost? Pause. Number 4. Sue bought 4 6/10 meters of fabric that cost $3.55 per meter. What was her total cost? Pause. Number 5. Which equation is represented by the area model? If that square equals 1 whole, which of those equations represents that area model? Pause. Number 6. Jake's dad put gas in his car. The price of gas was $3.18 per gallon. It took 15 gallons of gas to fill up the gas tank. How much did it cost Jake's dad to fill up the whole car, the whole gas tank? Now you'll be putting your answer on a griddable. So listen to this one more time, take your time, and then fill in your griddable. Pause. Number 7, a model is shown. Which expression is represented by the model? So which one of those represents that model? Pause. Number 8, a scientist compared these 2 measurements. So you have 2 measurements listed there. Which symbol makes the comparison true? So which one of those symbols would fit in that box to make that true? Pause. Number 9. 5 friends paid $36.25 for football tickets. How much did each ticket cost? 5 friends paid $36.25 for football tickets. How much did each ticket cost? Pause. Number 10. Bob had $5 in his wallet. He went to the store and bought a drink for $1.25 and a candy bar for 75 cents. How much money does Bob have now? Pause. Number 11. Mr. Avalos has 9 3/75 liters of paint. What is this number rounded to the nearest hundredth? I said that number wrong. So ignore what I just said and we'll start over again. Sorry. Number 11. Mr. Avalos has 9 3/75 liters of paint. What is this number rounded to the nearest hundredth? Pause. Number 12. Jane found a pair of shoes that she wants to buy. She used a calculator to figure the cost with tax, and the calculator read that big old long number. If she rounds this price to the nearest cent, what is the cost of the shoes? So she's going to round that price to the nearest cent. You have to remember what cent means. Pause. Number 13. A rope was 14 3/35 inches long. Megan cut the rope into 7 pieces of equal length. What is the length of each piece of rope in inches? Pause. Number 14. The table shows the time in seconds it took 4 swimmers to complete a race. So we have Jeff's time, Francie's time, Laura's time, and Jim's time. Which swimmer won the race? So you have to stop and think about, if it's a swimming race, do you want the biggest number or the smallest number? Pause. Number 15. Larry purchased 4/10 pounds of jelly beans for his niece. If the jelly beans cost 70 cents per pound, which model represents how to determine the total amount Larry paid for the jelly beans? So basically, you're just matching that model to the equation. Number 16. The model below represents an equation. Which equation could be represented by this model? So again, you're just matching the equation to the model. Take your time on that. Think about what each shaded portion represents. Pause. Number 17. A group of 14 people collected 1,456 pounds of tomatoes. If each person received the same amount of tomatoes from the total amount collected, how many pounds of tomatoes did each person receive? So there's 1,456 pounds of tomatoes altogether. 14 people collected them, and those 14 people are going to distribute it evenly between each other. So how many pounds is each person going to receive? Pause. Number 18. A newspaper reported that the average house size was, well, I'm not going to read that number without giving it away. So you see the number in square feet. What is the value of the digit 2 in this number? So you need to figure out the value of the 2 in that number. Is it A, 2/1000ths, C, 2/10ths, or D, 200ths? Pause. Number 19. Mercury travels around the sun at a speed of 47.87 kilometers per second. Which expression shows this speed written in expanded notation? So now you have to remember expanded notation. Pause. Number 20. Jennifer wants to know the price of a pencil at the school store. She knows that the school store sold 40 pencils last week. The store collected a total of $12.40 in pencil sales during that time. Jennifer draws the following area model to find the cost of one pencil. What is the cost of one pencil at the school store? So you've got to remember what this area model represented and where we found the answer. Pause. Number 21. Araceli solves a division problem with the model below. Which equation matches Araceli's model? So that's already told you it's a division problem. Obviously, all of the answers are division. So you have to match which one of those equations matches the model. Stop and think about a division problem. What do you start with? What gets divided? And what part is your answer? Pause. Number 22. Susan colored in the decimal grid shown below. Which expression shows the area of the grid Susan colored? So you're basically just matching again the equation to the area model. Match that equation to the area model. Pause. Number 23. Lucia scores 8 65/100 points on her first gymnastics event at a meet. If she gets the same score on each of her 4 events, what will be her total score? Pause. Number 24. In a long jump competition, Kalia jumped 3 9/10 meters. Alicia jumped 3 8/100 meters. How much farther did Kalia jump? How much farther did Kalia jump? Don't forget, check your work, make sure you're sure about your answers. Good luck. Bye.